Hi guys, welcome to today's stream. I hope you all are enjoying this beautiful day. Today I'm going to work on my Drawlloween sketch. So the prompts for today are Batsquatch and Lagoon. So I've started planning out my little drawing that we talked about yesterday. And yeah, I've decided to start out with a little Batsquatch plushie. So the lagoon's in the background. It's a little bit hard to see that at the moment, but if I put it up closer, that should be a little bit better. So you can see the lagoon in the background, and I'll put a little camping tent over there. And yeah, so she's listened to a few too many campfire tales, and now she's having some nightmares, and hoping her little Batsquatch plushie will save her. So yeah, hoping I can finish her off today. I think I'm definitely seeing a lot of dropped frames, so I'm hoping the stream is okay for you guys, because on my end it is quite yeah, I'm seeing 41% dropped frames, so hopefully it's not too laggy for you. But yeah. We'll see how we go. Seeming like I need a little bit more light on this end as well. So I haven't quite figured out what I want to do for her dress just yet. Just thinking I'm gonna go with, you know, your average antique nightgown. So we'll see. Yeah, I think I'll definitely want to start with the plushie. Doing the best bits first, and then we'll, you know, get a bit more excited to start the rest of her. It is looking like the drop frames are disappearing a little bit more. Hopefully that's reduced. Not sure why we're dealing with that today, so hopefully we'll see the end of it very soon. So yeah, tomorrow's prompt is haunted. So I've decided, I think I'm really keen to do a Wednesday Addams rendition, and yeah, then I want to do the thing from the Addams family. I think that'll be a really cool concept to try and do for my haunted prompt tomorrow. So we'll see how that goes. I really love to have my very own little Batsquatch plushie like him. I always love listening to the campfire tales that they tell in Fallout 76 when you join the scout quests. They're super exciting if you actually listen to them and pay attention and try and do all of them. I haven't actually finished my scout quests, so I've got quite a bit of work to do there. Probably won't get there now because you know, I'm spending a lot more time drawing than actually playing games, so which is good. It's good to do something a little more productive. Not that, you know, games are not important, but you know. Well, hello there, Pengu Pie. How goes thee today? Good, good. What have you been up to this evening? I'm just trying to get the little plushie's fur looking a little bit more realistic, so there we go. So I've decided to give him some button eyes. Just, I guess they're quite giant buttons, so... Oh dear, we're seeing a lot of dropped frames as well. How is it looking at your end, Pengu? Pengu says, took my car for a spin, played some games, and working on my thesis now. Ooh, what kind of thesis are you working on? So she is holding a Batsquatch plushie. So if you Google Batsquatch, that should... I'm just going to see if I can quit some apps over here because I'm wondering if that's what's causing some of these lagged out frames. Hopefully that fixes it. Okay, I'm just seeing a lot of warning signs on my end, so I'm not sure how it's looking for you guys, so that's good to know that it's not too bad. But yeah, so I'm drawing a Batsquatch plushie. So the prompts for today are Lagoon and Batsquatch. So I've done the background behind her, which is a lagoon, and she'll be listening to some campfire tales, and then she'll have, you know, listened to a couple too many and taken them too hard a bit too much. And so she's using her Batsquatch plushie as a safety mechanism against all the monsters she's hearing out in the woods. So yeah, so if you Google what a Batsquatch is, that's a kind of monkey with bat wings. It's a kind of cryptid. Okay, you're thinking the frame drops are on my end? Okay. I'm not quite sure what that means, but sure thing. So just gonna put the little bit of string in his eyes as well to keep those buttons in place. So, yeah, there we go. My beer dealer. Let me have a look. What is this? You can buy Batsquatch beer. That is actually really cool packaging. I like that. Oh wow. That would be such an awesome project to work on. That's awesome. I always wonder how companies find, you know, illustrators to work with. I know a lot of them go through agencies and stuff, but yeah, it's sometimes you see work and you think, oh, you know, if an artist could do that, they'd do a lot better job, you know, doing that advertising than some of the people they do end up working with. And then other times you think, wow, that person is just amazing at what they do. So that's good. Just adding the other string in so you can see where his eyes are fitting. There we go. I'll add some details to that later on. So I'm not sure if any of you have checked my Instagram stories, but there's a funny piece of artwork. I'm not sure how to say his name, but it sounds like Munch, but it's probably not. It's probably more like Munch. But yeah, his piece of artwork, The Scream. Yeah, it's hilarious. My sister actually sent me this, just some kind of meme today about how he actually intended to draw a spaniel, but it just didn't look good and it came out all wrong, and so people thought he drew a screaming guy, but in reality actually just drew a spaniel. So if you check my Instagram stories, you'll be able to see what that's all about. But yeah. For those of us who actually use Instagram Penguin, there is such a thing. Zachary Ryan, welcome! Welcome to the stream. I'm so glad to see you on today. How did your costume hunting go yesterday? Did you get that cargo pants you were happy with? So I'm just starting out my little Batsquatch prompt for today. So I've decided to do a little Batsquatch plushie. She is in some Lagoon setting, so she's had a campfire, listened to a couple of campfire tales, and yeah, she's now using her Batsquatch plushie as her defense mechanism against all the monsters she thinks she's hearing. So yeah, it's I try to find something that, you know, suited my, I guess, common interests in what I like to draw. So hopefully she'll come out looking just great. Zachary Ryan said, "It went well. I did get them and then ordered some things on Amazon for the rest of it." Oh, that's awesome. I really like how you did your cyborg haircut with those, what do they call them? The streaks cut out on your sides. They looked great. Can't wait to see your final cosplay. That will be amazing. We're totally nearing the end of Drawlloween now. It's only a couple of days left for October, and then we'll be done. We've almost wrapped up all of Drawlloween. That's pretty exciting. So I'll have a lot of drawings to show for it by the end of this month. Gonna be real busy drawing them all in, you know, the next couple of months, because yeah, gotta get them up, gotta get prints available for all of those, so it's gonna be a lot of work, but nice work at least, so that's good. So I definitely got to make him look super fuzzy, because we want him to have a lot of fur and you know, look all cuddly and everything. So still got a ways to go though. So. I was looking at some of Charles Lister Art's work this afternoon, and yeah, just I guess hearing different people's opinions about, you know, do they like being approached in social settings? Like, you know, do they like to be approached in coffee shops and all that kind of thing? And it's funny how everybody sort of has mixed opinions about that, you know. I personally feel like, you know, if somebody's wearing headphones, that sort of signals that they want to be left alone, and so not to disturb them. But if they're not, that it's sort of, you know, more or less okay, depending obviously on, you know, what their expression of their face and what they look like. So, you know, if they don't seem like they're in a good mood, then I guess it means no. But yeah, it was pretty interesting, you know, because I find it pretty annoying at times when you're wearing headphones out and people try to talk to you. But yeah, he was just trying to do some artwork, and he was in a public space with his headphones on. Apparently everybody kept annoying him you know, so he had to constantly take them off, which is, you know, very disturbing. And he just wanted to go and have a nice cup of coffee and do some nice art. And that makes sense. That's fair enough, you know. But yeah, I really enjoyed watching him create his characters. He's always fascinating to watch when he's working. So that was pretty awesome. There we go. I had a lot of practice doing fur when I was working on my cryptid bunnies the other day. So when I started out, it seemed like a whole mound of work to get through. And then by the end of it, I was so, you know, in sync with drawing fur, it was super easy, so. Kind of like when you start out illustrating, you know, a book and you start on that first page, and then by the end of it, your final work is looking so much better than the first page that they almost don't look like the same thing. So it's real hard when, you know, I guess, you know, you're working on that piece and your quality, you know, changes so much, and then you feel like you have to do the first page over again and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. Zachary Ryan said, yeah, I'm usually careful when I see someone famous, try to gauge the situation and whether to approach them or not, and then how long to talk if they are approachable. Yeah, no, I don't think the people who would have talked to you know, Charles Lister would have known him. I mean, it was just his local coffee shop, so you know, us artists aren't really known by the common people. Not very often. I could be wrong though, but I think it was just your everyday people coming in. You know, it's cool to see someone creating work in a public space and all that kind of stuff. So I guess that makes sense, but you got to understand it from his perspective as well. You know, he just wanted to be creating, and it was really disruptive to his workflow. So there was that. You know, if he wasn't wearing headphones, that would sort of be a different story, I guess. But you know, there we go. So yeah, I need to plan out tomorrow's composition for. I'm doing Wednesday Addams, and I'm doing the thing with Wednesday Addams. So if you've watched that, you know what the thing is. If not, feel free to Google. Yeah, it's a pretty interesting character, and because the prompt for tomorrow is haunted, and I thought, well, what better character to do than Wednesday Addams and the thing. So yeah, I'm super excited. It's the first time ever, surprisingly, that I've ever drawn Wednesday Addams, which is quite strange considering I really love her, and yeah, but we'll see how that turns out. That's a different challenge for another day. So hopefully he can defend her from all the imaginary monsters she's hearing. Unless they're not so imaginary after all. What are some other movie characters you guys think would look really cool in my art style? Some others that I should put on my list to draw. Because I'd love to add some more to my list. I'm definitely going to be doing a lot more drawings in the coming few months. Although I'll probably slow down a little bit more over Christmas because I'm going to be finishing off some of my paintings, which is also super exciting, and I'm going to try some more traditional watercolor techniques to color in my Drawlloween sketches. So yeah, it's gonna be a busy couple of months, that's for sure. One of the creepiest toys I think that I ever see around is are Furbies. For some reason people think they're creepy. To me they're not really creepy, but lately I've looked at a lot of I guess antique kids toys, and honestly some of the old kids toys are literally horrifying. They look like toys developed from a horror game, and you know they're not. They're just the basic toys that kids those days used to play with, but I don't think the people who made them realized just how scary they were. Or maybe kids those days had a different sense of humor. Zachary Ryan said, I'm excited for Wednesday Addams. That'll be awesome in your style. Aw, thanks. I'm definitely looking forward to drawing her, that's for sure. It's been a while that she's been on my list, and I just hadn't gotten around to doing her because I've always got, you know, other things that I need to get out of the way. So yeah, definitely keen. Zachary Ryan said, Paranorman, you should try him. Okay, let me quickly have a look at him. Let's see what he looks like. Oh, is he like a creepy little boy kid? That is awesome. Oh, he sounds adorable. I love the story about him being all creepy and talking to ghosts. That sounds cute. I definitely need to watch that before I draw him, so I have a little bit of background about him. But thanks for sharing that. I'll definitely give him a go. Zachary Ryan said he's a little boy who can see ghosts, I think. Yeah, that's what I just read, so that seems to be the case. It sounds right up my alley. Definitely love to do him. Have any of you guys played the game Little Nightmares? It's a little game about a kid. I think it's in a dream world, but I love the graphics. That thing is gorgeous. There's another game called Dark that I recently found out that's really cool too. Just love the sort of monochromatic graphics. In a way, it's similar to Limbo, but different. It's more 3D. It's not, you know, flat shapes and everything. So it's a little bit different from Limbo, but yeah, no, I like the style and everything. It's about a boy that's he got stuck in his dream and he can't find his way back out. So he has to do all these quests and missions to try and release himself from his nightmare, because he doesn't have control over the dream anymore. And yeah, it's pretty scary. So definitely keen to give that a go. But at the moment, I don't really have enough time or money to give it a go. So just put it on hold, maybe wait for a Steam sale and then give that a go. But yeah, it's similar to the game Little Nightmares, so if you play that, you should probably like this as well. Sounds interesting. It is, definitely. It's very interesting. Yeah, I love game developers that put, you know, some art into, you know, the games and focus on the visual development as well. Zachary Reinhardt said, Corpse Bride is one of my favorites. Surprisingly, I haven't watched Corpse Bride yet. It's on my list. I don't watch movies on my own a lot, and so I always have to get someone to watch it with me. And because that one's anime, my family isn't really into, you know, 3D animated characters. Personally, I'm not usually a massive fan of it either. I don't know why. I don't mind when they animate animals, just because I feel like when they animate animals, you know, like if you, for example, Lion King, you can see a lot more expression, you know, because as humans we obviously communicate with you know, facial expressions, and animals don't do that. And so, you know, that does actually, I feel, aid to the atmosphere of the movie. So whereas I just feel like, I don't know, I just never get into 3D animated characters. I don't mind them if they're 2D, but I don't know, I just can't help but sort of feel like I don't get the 3D aspect of it. It's weird, it's just me. Zachary Ryan said, what? Watch it today. Nightmare Before Christmas? I haven't watched that one either. Pango Pie said, oh, Johnny Depp voices a character in that movie? Which one? Which movie? The Corpse Bride? Zachary Ryan said, yeah, Pango Pie, he's the groom, I'm pretty sure. You're killing me. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Yeah, it's just I guess the animated characters is the issue. So which one does Johnny Depp voice? Zachary Ryan said, I feel like these are movies you'd love. I'm sure I would. I'm honestly definitely keen on the storyline. That's definitely what I guess attracts me. That's why they are on my list. But yeah, as I said, the main reason I just haven't yet is because it's animated, and if they were 2D, I would totally watch them. I love watching 2D animations. It's just the whole 3D thing that they can't really get into, I guess. Zachary Ryan said he's the groom in Corpse Bride. Okay, that sounds great. So he must be, a feature role then. That's awesome. He seriously has such an amazing voice. I would totally watch that just to hear him speak the whole time. Almost done with the plushie. Well, yes, it's got a lot of detail to go still, but the framework's there. We're getting there. It's feeling really slow today. Yeah, I've watched all of the ones from the Addams Family. I've watched some additional series just about Wednesday Addams, but I haven't watched the really, really old Addams Family series, like the very, very first ones. I haven't seen those. Zachary Ryan Art said, I'm telling you, push past your prejudices and watch them all. Paranormal is done in the same style. Yeah, no, definitely I'll listen to you and I'll give that a go. That's for sure. I'll put it on my list. Maybe this weekend I can try and see if I can fit in some time. Definitely not till Drawlloween's done though, because I'm gonna be super busy. But after that, I'll be much more of a free person. It's definitely been an intense month, but I'm so happy. Not gonna lie, I'll harass you about it till it happens because I'm a good friend. Okay, no worries then. We'll see about that. You're gonna have to try super hard to get me to watch it. I really appreciate all the friends you've invited over yesterday as well, Zachary. Thank you. Truly, thank you so much for the support and inviting everybody. They were super awesome to hang out with. Pengu Pie said, I usually struggle with animated movies because I don't relate as strongly to the characters' emotions since they seem less real. Yeah, I'm not sure what it is for me that puts me off. Come to think about it, I can't really, actually pinpoint what it is that I dislike. Yeah. For example, have you guys seen the latest, the new revised Lion King? Like that one, I actually felt like, the 3D version was way worse just because they took away the animation out of the Simba's eyes and all of the animals, and you just couldn't read them the same way. Zachary Ryan said, my sister says the same thing, and then I'm like, oh, you connect so much better with superheroes like Spider-Man because they're real? Lol. Yeah, that's a true point. It's hard, if you can't explain why, to really understand what it is that's off-putting, I suppose. Pengu Pie, I don't like superhero movies, so it doesn't work on me. Ooh, now you've opened a can of worms. Pengu doesn't like a lot of movies. So Zachary Ryan, if just for the record so you know, Pengu Pie is my brother, so may you two get acquainted. Your sister was very brave of you to let you paint her face for the costumes the other day. Zachary Ryan, haha, she knows I've done more of that than she ever has. Okay. Pengu, you can call me out to be a liar. We'll see who's who believes who's more credible as a source. I definitely highly doubt it would be you. You won't retain your anonymity, so I'm very sorry. It has been announced. So yeah, if you want to blame me for bad taste in hating animated movies, Pengu is part of the reason why, because he's one of my big movie buddies, and yeah, since he also refuses to watch anything animated, we don't end up watching a lot of that. Zachary Ryan, yeah, I think donations equals credibility. Zachary Ryan, no, I think she meant I have a very narrow movie taste. Indeed, exactly. That is definitely what I meant. Penguin Pie. I like psychological thrillers a lot, like Shutter Island. Yeah, same. Zachary Ryan said, did you like the new Joker? Not at all. Not at all. The only thing I remember from that movie was his silly laugh. I didn't like it at all. I love the old Joker, and no, that, like, I actually was very open-minded when I went into that movie. Even from the get-go, you know, I felt like he didn't do such a terrible job, but until the whole movie just became extremely boring and all I remember is the laugh. So no, I'm not a fan of that. I don't know what exactly they were trying to go for with that movie. Whether there's some, I guess, deeper meaning, or I don't know. But yeah, just wasn't really up my alley. So I think I need to start over with his right eye / button because it's not looking like the other one, and got the angles all wrong. So I'll start that one over. Pengu Pie. Zachary Ryan said, "Bahaha, you are gonna be hard to please." Who, me or Pengu? I think I'm gonna be easier to please than Pengu would be. I'm not as critical. But yeah, I'm definitely quite selective, I guess, about which movies I like to watch. Zachary Ryan Art said it was a psychological thriller, more about society and what happens when someone like him is treated the way he is treated. Yes, that's sort of what I got from it as well. It wasn't very enjoyable, I guess. Yeah, I mean, I do agree with you. Definitely a lot more of that message came through in this second Joker. Then, you know, you didn't have that background about the first Joker as much, I guess, to that extent. So that's definitely true. But it just wasn't something that I enjoyed, you know, watching. It just didn't feel fun. I think what also annoyed me is how, for most of the movie, he wasn't really scary. He was more of, you know, somebody who, I guess, wasn't capable of much. And, you know, I get why they did that. You know, it was part of the message of the movie. But again, it just wasn't what I guess, wanted to see. So it didn't really end up, I guess, being a good movie for me. Maybe for someone else, but not for me. Pengu Pie, I do get the underlying message, I just didn't appeal to me, I guess. Zachary Ryan said, I think it was more about how the Joker got started. Yes, definitely. Definitely got that gist as well. But I think some of the things in the movie, I don't know if I was just getting a little bit, you know, not paying attention anymore. But some of the storyline about how he, I guess, the whole deal with his parents and all of that was a bit confusing for me to understand. Like, I got real lost about what the deal was with that. So I feel like they could have done a bit better job in making that more obvious, or maybe it was just me. Maybe I didn't pay attention really well. But yeah. Zachary Ryan Art said, yeah, it wasn't a superhero villain movie. They took it a whole different route. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think if you go into it expecting the Joker, you'll probably be disappointed. But if you go into the movie thinking about it as a whole new movie, you'll probably end up having a different experience, you know, seeing it more of like a what do you call it? Just like a message about society. Pengu Pie said, Zachary Ryan, have you seen Identity 2002? Ooh, now you're talking about a good movie. Yes. That is awesome. I love Identity. Oh, you have? That's awesome. You have very, very unexpected taste in movies and everything, Zachary Ryan. Fur is extremely time consuming to draw. I always realize that halfway in, and then I'm like, you know, why did I pick this? It's gonna take forever to finish. Pengu Pie asks, what's your favorite movie, Zachary Ryan? Come on, you guys have to pick some favorites. You can't just say you'll pick anything. You gotta pick some favorites. Gotta put your name on something. If you guys could only watch one movie for the rest of your life, which one would you pick? Guess that's a loaded question. In so many ways. I mean, if I have to think, this is hard while I'm drawing on stream because I have to think. I have no idea. Is Ruthless a movie, or are you saying I'm ruthless? Zachary Ryan art. Your brother is ruthless, lol. Okay. Yeah, he definitely is. He's a tough one. Tough one to please, and yeah, tough expectations on movies. Zachary Ryan said, alright, top favorites. A Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. That's a movie? Kung Fu Panda, Passengers, The Day After Tomorrow. Ooh, I have to Google that. I think I know what that is. Honestly, I remember The Day After Tomorrow. The name is extremely familiar, but I just can't pinpoint it at the moment. Passengers is familiar. Secret Life of Walter and Mitty. No idea what those are. Top 3 Ghibli movies. Spirited Away, Princess Mononoke, Howl's Moving Castle. Again, don't know any of those. Not even one. Seems like I need to get some suggestions from you guys. You're gonna cry? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. If it makes you feel any better, I have actually really wanted to watch, what's the Studio Ghibli one with Totoro? I'm pretty sure that's Studio Ghibli. I've really, really wanted to watch that. I've also really wanted to draw Totoro. But I can't find it anywhere to watch, so it's been a bit of a pain to, you know, get my hands on it. So, you know, don't have any Netflix subscription or anything like that. So I really like watching alien movies. They're definitely my favorites. Top of that list is guaranteed Men in Black. I'm a huge fan. Probably the first one's my favorite, just because I'm pretty sure that's the one with the baby alien in it. I really like that one. There's some other ones as well that are really cool. But yeah, that one's definitely the top of my list. Then probably after Men in Black, the best alien movies I'd say would have to be the Predator ones, guaranteed. I like the one where the Predators fight the aliens in Antarctica, and they fight alongside this human survivalist. Yeah, I really like that one. That one's awesome. Recently watched, which one was it? One where they destroy the whole, they try to colonize a planet, and there's this robot that's already inhabiting the planet, and he ends up taking the alien side. I don't remember which one that is, but yeah, that one was cool too. Not my favorite one. I don't know why. I guess I like the ones that have the predators in them a lot more. They're just more exciting to watch. I like the battle between the aliens and the predators, and yeah, I think the predator is the big reason I like watching them. Obviously, the first Predator is really good. There's actually this really trashy Predator remake. It's almost cringy to watch. It has no big name actors in or anything like that. But yeah, it's a total waste of time. And we ended up watching it, my family and I, and yeah, the whole thing was just, we thought that there were these high-end actors in it, but yeah, then, yeah, you know, Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't in it, nobody was really in it, and the acting was terrible. It was awful the whole way through. So we ended up watching the whole thing, expecting it to just get better around the corner, and it never did. Penguin Pie, yeah, you like your alien movies, lol. Definitely. It's good to see a little bit about the homeland, isn't it? Every now and again. Penguin Pie says, Zachary Ryan Art, I've actually been meaning to watch Secret Life of Walter Mitty for a while. It looks like it might have a good soundtrack. What is Secret Life? What on earth? That is a mouthful. Oh man. Who on earth comes up with a name like that for a movie? So that's about a man living a dull life, dreams up romantic and action-filled scenarios in order to escape from monotony. When his own job is threatened, he sets out on a real romantic and action-packed journey. Okay. That does not sound like your style of movie, Pengu Pie. You must definitely only be wanting to watch that for the soundtrack. Zachary Ryan Art. I've grown up watching movies, lots of movies with my dad whenever he's home. So yeah, watching lots of movies all the time. That's awesome. That's great. It sounds like you guys at least have some overlap in movie taste, which is not so much the case for us. Pengu Pie said, love of monsters and men. Zachary Ryan said, it's amazing and the soundtrack is awesome. I used it as a discussion movie for my 7th, 8th and 9th graders. Oh, really? That's great. What was the discussion about? Like a live discussion, or did you guys actually discuss the audio quality? I wonder what is the most popular movie genre these days? I'm pretty sure it should be action. I think. Action or drama, I suppose. Gotta be one of those. Like, the Marvel movies are definitely very popular and you know, people seem to enjoy those a lot. Definitely seems to be what's the mainstream hype at the moment. But then it'd be interesting to actually see some statistics about that. I'm sounding like, what's that guy in that movie? He can't say it. Oh yeah, it's the guy who got fired. Zachary Reinhardt, oh Necker, we have plenty of overlapping movies, you just haven't watched them yet. Aww. Well, I'll definitely need to give them a go. Otherwise if I don't, I'll have you grinding me about it every day, messaging me asking me if I've looked at them yet. So I've got to get them out of the way now. I think once all of this fur is gone, we'll definitely be making some more progress a lot quicker. I hadn't anticipated this to take so long. But how far are we in? Oh, we're not that far along. We've been... How long have we been streaming for? Zachary Ryan Art. I just teach English. I actually live in Slovakia most of the time. Just back in the US till January. Yeah, I can't wait till you're back in... Well, I mean, I'm happy for you that you get to spend some time with your family and all of that kind of stuff. But I'm definitely very excited to, you know, see how you set up your gaming computer and to join in some games together. That would be exciting. We should all host like a group gaming night on my Discord channel and join in. That will be exciting. And Zachary Ryan, oh, by the way, I'm on your Discord now. Awesome, thank you. I tend to be, I guess, the most active on Instagram and my Discord channel, so in some ways Discord is a little bit easier to message on, depending on what's going on, but yeah, I'm really glad you've joined us. You can feel free to introduce yourself on there as well, and yeah, then share some of your artwork. We have some, you know, regular art contests and things running on there. Obviously, if you want to see amazing artwork, just ask Pengu. He's a really, really good artist. He's way better than I could ever dream to be. Zachary Ryan Art said, where can I post stuff that you need to see on your Discord? What do you mean by I need to see? Like artwork? I generally check every channel, so I tend to stay up to date with everything on my Discord channel. So wherever you post it, I'll see it. If you want to just DM me on there privately, you can do that as well. I can definitely see that as well. So yeah, feel free to, wherever you would like to share that to, it's up to you. I'm trying to give him a little bit of a moustachey look, but not too much because I don't want to change his expression at the moment. There we go. Zachary Ryan art. Dang, famous. Let me follow you, please. Penguin Pie says, oh, social media platforms aren't worthy of my great art. Oh dear. Yeah, Peng is only here to critique and yeah, see if our creations are worth his time, I guess. Yeah, it's definitely coming on a little bit more fuzzy, so I'm very happy with where he's heading. Wish I had a little Batsquatch plushie of my own, that would be awesome. Pengu Pie, Nekaki, I mean you're good, but that's not nearly as good as my stick figure drawings. Oh dear. I guess I'll have to go back to the drawing board then. What did you guys think about the banana art? What's your opinion on that? Personally, I feel like that's a bit of a Marcel Duchamp deja vu scenario. Like that definitely took the whole internet by storm as a meme. Zachary Reinhardt, or get some inspiration from Tim Burton. Oh, I love Tim Burton. Every single movie by Tim Burton is just a hit for me. Haven't seen a movie he made that I haven't liked. Banana art, yes. Let me show you quickly what I mean by banana art. Yes, I know I haven't watched all the Tim Burtons. Don't get on my case. Let me just quickly send through the amazing banana art and show you guys. So I'll send you a link to the whole Vogue. I think it was on the Vogue. Let me quickly send that in the chat. So if you guys go and click on that link, that is the banana art. The banana art. It was all over the news, plastered everywhere over the internet, as a meme as well. And my theory is that's the only reason it really, took off is because of the memery. People, it's a similar situation to how Marcel Duchamp put a toilet in, in museums and everything, and it got considered as art. Similar to that, there's this. At least that's how I feel about it. I personally don't see. And someone actually bought that. I don't know if it would have rotted, after a while, but yeah. Someone actually purchased that for a whole lot of money. Just goes to show, don't throw away your banana peels. You never know how much you could make from them. Zachary Ryan art. So my computer restarted right as you were going to show me this banana art. All good. I can just quickly send you that link. Yes, Pengu, you can't see all chat once, so you only see chat from the point where you entered. So if you have any connection issues of any kind, it's gone. You lose out. If you refresh that page, you lose all chat. That is extremely annoying. Most of all, for the streamer, we actually don't see it either. And it's real hard when we want to reply to something and the chat's refreshed. So that's a bit dumb. Yeah, that's definitely rough. Zachary Ryan, also banana art. I just want to slap people. Yeah, definitely, same thing. Yeah, I don't consider that art personally. I feel like it's a political commentary at the very least. But that's about as far as it goes for me. I don't consider that to be art. And now I'm about to get roasted by Zachary Ryan about not watching Tim Burton movies, or apparently there's one that I may not like, so prepare for the roast. You guys are real hard on me tonight. Zachary Ryan, but back to Tim Burton and your quote-unquote love for his stuff, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yeah, I'm super, super sorry that I haven't watched that. But yeah, I love his other movies. Love his Alice in Wonderlands. I definitely super love Sleepy Hollow. Sleepy Hollow was awesome. I love how it was sort of... I think what I really love about his movies is how some of them are sort of, an almost comedy. And I really like that. That they're dark and sinister, but they're almost a comedy. And just, he has his way of capturing a certain vibe in his movies that I really like. Oh, that's another movie that I probably would consider as one of my top favorites, is Alice in Wonderland. Both the new and the old. I feel like they both bring something different. I like how the new one redid a lot of the old stuff in a really cool way. But at the same time, I feel like the old ones were exceptionally creative as well, in their own way and own right. And yeah, I don't know. It's hard for me to pick between the animated versions and, the remakes. Zachary Ryan, Corpse Bride. See, I knew you'd love them. They're 3D animated and Tim Burton. Yeah, I actually didn't realize they were Tim Burton until fairly recently, and that's why I put them on the list, because, I know I like all of Tim Burton's non-animated stuff, and I feel like, if I'm going to be open-minded about that sort of thing, it's going to have to be about Tim Burton's movies, because I'm a huge fan. So, yeah, we'll have to give that a go. I watched Maleficent as well again this weekend. Last weekend. Really enjoyed that. I actually didn't know what a Batsquatch looked like, and I'm not sure if they intended it, but there's this little hedgehog-like goblin creature in Maleficent that really made me think of Batsquatch, and it was right about the same time that I was going to watch, I was going to do the Drawlloween prompt, so it was quite fitting, but it was right after I'd done mine, so I was really happy that I didn't get influenced by it in any way, but at the same time, I felt like that was a really, really good rendition of what I feel a Pukwudgie could and should look like. I didn't like a lot of the other ones, you know, how people rendered him in a lot of what I googled, but I really like how they did that one, so. Zachary Ryan art, yes, they were awesome. I loved the cinematics of it, the colors and shapes and atmospheres. Did you see the second one? Are you meaning the second Maleficent? I actually haven't because I want to watch that with my boyfriend. So I'm saving it because we watched the other one together. And so I'm sort of saving it till we have a chance to watch that together. And, you know, there's just so many other things to watch. And so I guess I should just put it up on the list as a priority. But yeah, I'm keen to watch it. I had the old one on my list for a very, very long time before I saw it, so we'll get there. Zachary Ryan Art said the longer comment was about the Alice in Wonderlands, the new ones. Yeah, I saw all of the new ones. So the second one, the first one, all of them. That new Alice in Wonderland has one of my favorite songs. Was it the new one or the old one? The White Rabbit song. I really love that song. Obviously, Pengu Pie will disagree with me here because his favorite rendition of that song is by Jefferson Airplane, whereas my favorite rendition is from the Sucker Punch movie. So we have a bit of a disagreement there. Zachary Ryan Art, second Maleficent is also great. Oh, actually, I did watch the second Maleficent. That's the one where they all fight together. I did watch it. Zachary Ryan Art said, "Gosh, if I waited to watch movies to watch with someone, I'd never get to watch movies." Sucker Punch, I need to watch that again. Sucker Punch is honestly, it's a very, very different kind of movie. Like, in a lot of ways, I like how it explores, you know, I think what I liked about it is well, at least what I got from it, is how you can see reality in this sort of dream world sense, or sort of twist reality. And it is essentially what you make of it, and it sort of lets you question about, well, what is truly real, and, you know, how much can you bend reality? And I really love that. I didn't like a lot of the, I guess, the other sides to the movie. Not sure what to call that, but no, I really like that side of it. That was really cool. Pengu Pie, Negaki, yes, Jefferson Airplane. There's no way you can say Sucker Punch version of White Rabbit is better. I'm so sorry, but it is. To me, it just gives it that creepy element that it's lacking in the original. The original, to me, feels a little bit more, it's just too laid back, and like it just doesn't give me that Alice in Wonderland vibe like the other one does. I much prefer how they did it. Like, she has this sort of eeriness about her voice in the new one, so that's what I like about it. Sibling fight, yes. Yes, we'll fight endlessly to the death for that one. Unfortunately, I think he's got the edge on that one because Jefferson Airplane is the original, and you always do tend to pick the original artist, but in this case, I don't feel like that's the better one. Just my opinion. But yeah, that's definitely a really cool song. I love that song. Oh yeah, you were asking me the other day what some of my favorite music was, Zachary Ryan. And so I came up with a bit of a list. So one of my favorite artists is, well, number one, mostly for nostalgia reason, is Avril Lavigne from Skater Boy. I really love her stuff. I also really love what she did, with the new music, in her new album, how she didn't really stay, I guess, true to her normal style. And I do miss a lot of those, what's it called, the vinyl scrapes or that. I miss that. But I can't say that I don't get what she was doing. I really love how she pushed herself outside of her comfort zone. I think that was awesome. And she's got an incredible voice, so that obviously helps. So Avril Lavigne, definitely one of the top ones on my list. A bit of an acquired taste, but I love music by Curly. So she's a sort of an electronic, but darker sort of gothic style singer as well. And I love her music. I love her old stuff, which is definitely an acquired taste, but her new stuff is very different. And I love it in a different way. But to truly understand her, you have to listen to both her new stuff and both her old stuff. Because they both, I guess, provide different insight into her journey of music making. And yeah. Penguin Pie. First of all, Grace Slick's vocals. Sucker Punch vocals completely lack any depth. Oh dear. Also, I have to disagree. Jefferson Airplane's version seemed to play more on the whole Alice in Wonderland story than the Sucker Punch one. But I guess you've connected the Sucker Punch version with the movie and that's why you like it. Possibly. That's possible. I think I like also the dynamic, like the background instruments in that one. That probably adds to it quite a bit for me as well. So I guess you could be right on that. Yeah, I think that's predominantly, that one. The remake has a bit more of that, I guess, than the original. So that's what appeals to me. Penguin Pie at Nagaki. Oh, is there electric guitar? There's definitely electric guitar in the new one. So that could be why. So Pengu thinks that any music, if it has an electric guitar in it, apparently I'll like it. So I've yet to prove him wrong on that one. I'm sure I'm not that simple and basic. I'm sure there's more to it to me than just electric guitars. But he keeps telling me, whenever I show you a song and it has electric guitar in it, apparently I like it. I feel like I've been drawing fur now endlessly on stream for hours and it actually feels like I'm getting nowhere. But I do see him being a little bit more 3D than when we started out. So there we go. How's he looking, guys? All soft and plush. Really wish I could have him be real. I'd love one of him on my bed. Zachary Ryan art. Haha, that's good to know. What's the age gap between you two? Years, not mentality. Oh dear. Pengu Pie. I'm 23. Let's see if she can remember how old she is. Oh, I hate you, Peng. I think I'm 29. I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. I constantly lose track of how old I am, so. Zachary Ryan art. He looks good. Thank you. Yeah, I wish it was real. I want him on my bed. I'd love to have a real plush Batsquatch on my bed. Penguin Pie, very good. Is she gonna make Batsquatch beer from him? No way! Of course she's not. Lol, straight squeeze it out of him? Are you guys are so mean. So totally mean. I'm gonna show you a really cool plush toy that I want super badly. And it's made by one of my favorite artists as well, which is even better and even cooler. So let me just Google where to buy him. So it's made by Andrew Bell. Try and find a link where you can actually read a little bit more about it than just. So I want one of these so badly, and I've wanted one for years, and yeah. Let us hope that finally one day my dream will come true and I will be able to afford that one. But yeah, so that's very similar, I guess, to my Batsquatch, but I guess in the sense that he's a round shape, and that's what I really love about him. But yeah, I love the fact that he's sort of, you know, droopy and yeah, just a little bit weird. Apparently if you hug him, all your worries go away, so, you know, who doesn't need a wearable plushie? Everyone does. I mean, every person should be assigned their own wearable plushie at birth. Otherwise, how are we gonna get through life, right? Zachary Ryan, bahaha, I was going to guess IPA. What is that? Mocap, hello, welcome to the stream. Glad you've come and joined us again. How have you been this week? Hope it's been a good week for you. We've been chatting about lots of different stuff tonight. We talked about just different kinds of movies, you know, what everybody's favorite movie is, like if you guys could pick one and it was the last movie you could watch in your whole life, what would it be? And so we all went through a couple of suggestions just earlier. So if you have some contributions, please join in and let us know. We need some more flavor because these two are roasting me. Apparently I haven't watched the right ones, or I have bad taste in this or that, so. Mocap, good, and you? Well, that's good to hear. I'm glad your week has been going really well as well. That sounds awesome. That is definitely what we want to hear. Can anybody remember what that, there's this movie, I can never find it on Google, but it's made in this sort of impressionist art style. I had it on my list of, you know, movies I really want to watch. Just because I thought that was a really interesting, you know, I just wanted to see how they executed it. Because it seemed like a whole ton of work and I had no idea how. You know, how they could possibly achieve something like that. You know, a whole painted style and it's animated and everything. I forgot what it's called, but it was basically an animated movie in the impressionist art style. So if somebody knows what that movie is called, please let me know, because I want to look at it. I want to see how they did that. Oh dear, Peng, what did you just send to Mocap? What is that YouTube video? Do I want to know? Oh my goodness, what on earth is this? A Budweiser commercial? Oh my goodness. Zachary Ryan Art, about our beer discussion, that's the IPA your brother posted a link. Okay, I'm totally confused. Zachary Ryan Art, well, I've got an art hangout with some students, so I'm gonna go for now. Alright, that's all good. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope your art hangout goes awesome. Hope you guys get up to a lot of, you know, beautiful creations. Definitely sounds like a great way to spend your time. I've been planning to do an art get-together with some of my friends locally as well, and you need to actually do that. I'll have to have a look at that Budweiser commercial later on, Pengu. Can't play it at the moment because of the sound copyright issues that I'll have with YouTube, but yeah, I'll have to have a look at that later. I've actually got a couple of friends who want to commission me, and now my sister's just asked me to commission, possibly commission, you know, a piece of work as a gift for her boyfriend as well. So I'm looking at a very busy couple of months coming forward. Definitely. I think it's time to move on from the plushie and actually work on something else. Is anyone here from Europe? What time is it over there at the moment? I guess it'd be the morning for the US, am I wrong? How is the sound for you guys? Is it too loud or too quiet? So I had to tweak it a little bit earlier because it was a bit too loud for me. So I'm hoping it didn't come out too bad. Hoping you guys can at least hear something. Trying to give her some really wacky hair because she needs to have that total just woke up bedhead look. So yeah, we'll definitely give that a shot. Try to make it as wacky as possible. Shouldn't be too hard, right? Sounds fine there? Well, that's good to know. I'm so sorry we can't put on some of your truly amazing musical suggestions, Pengu. I do know that you're terribly disappointed in the music taste. But it's so that we can post these to YouTube and have the videos display for everybody once I've posted them and they don't, you know, have copyright issues flagging them all. So don't get too much choice there, unfortunately. I've been nagging a couple of my friends to start live streaming as well because, yeah, I just love to hang out with them, watch their art and see what they get up to, see a little bit more of their process, particularly some of them that have different art styles to mine. You know, keen to see how they work. Yeah. Oops. I recently had a look at some of the work posted by an artist called Pickled Circus. If you Google Pickled Circus on Instagram, you should be able to find some of his stuff, and he does really cool art sculptures, and he has a really wacky style, and I love every drawing he comes up with. He had this theme going through for most of Drawlloween about common witch ailments, and it was super creative to see everything he came up with. You know, right down to furball conditions, from keeping too many cats, and yeah, I just honestly, all of his work has a story, and it's just so cool to read all of it. You know, not very common for you know, to be so elaborate, and you know, to think he had to think, you know, come up with all of that, you know, fit that into his you know, witch ailment theme, all of Drawlloween. That's super creative, honestly. I have mad respect for that. You know, it's just amazing. So many of these artists do so many things that everyone just takes for granted, but you don't realize just how much time goes into all of that, and you know, time, preparation, all of that kind of thing. And you know, a lot of them don't you know, are very short on time as well. So it's really a special thing to be able to see that. So I always try to show them a lot of appreciation if I really dig something. Make sure they know. So it's a common theory apparently that artists like to draw their characters like themselves. There's a lot of debate on whether or not that's true. You know, personally, I'm not sure. I'm sort of, at times I think that it does ring true. I think that, you know, there are definitely some artists who do base their characters a lot on their facial features. Like if you Google the artwork by Loish, Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Akira Blossom. I really, really appreciate that. Glad to have you on board. Do feel free to introduce yourself as well. We'd love to hear more about, if you're an artist, just some of the work you create, and yeah, just say hi and where you're from. But yeah, as I was saying, yeah, the artist Loish. So if you Google her artwork, it does actually resemble like her hairstyle and the way that she likes to draw noses and sort of a lot of just the sort of basic facial features, I suppose, definitely do resemble what she looks like. So that's definitely to me with her, I think it does ring true. Not always the case, but with her, I think it does. It does have some validity to it. Pengu, I almost thought for a second you said you're my bother. I misread that. At times you definitely are my bother. Is it just me, or do you all have trouble transitioning from like the fringe to the rest of the hairstyle? To me, it always just, I don't know, it's a confusing part. Guess we need to create a new hashtag instead of first world problems. We have artist problems. Those would be on the top of that list. Pengu Pie, I am that too, right? Definitely, all the time. Akira Blossom, hi, I love your art. Oh, that's gorgeous to hear. Thank you so much. My parents introduced me to pop surrealism and I love it. And your art style is just perfect. That is so cool to hear. It's a very, definitely a lesser known, I guess, art style. It's definitely gaining popularity. Particularly in art circles, it didn't used to have a lot of prestige, but lately it's gained a lot of popularity and it's becoming more and more common and more understood, I think. And I feel like it's a really good commentary on a lot of things. There's so many different approaches to pop surrealism. It can be political commentary. It doesn't have to be. It can be social commentary. It can have nothing to do with that, and simply be, the remake of, I guess, the older art styles in, a very conceptual way as well, which is more, I guess, what I try to do. My art is not at all political, but more, just more focused on recreating that, older art style, into what we have today, into new pieces, and exploring really, really strong, I guess, concepts, things that, have meaning to them. I hate when I make a piece of art and it's just art for art's sake. So, art for art's sake being, it's just about how it looks. I don't like to just make pretty pictures. I personally love to be able to, make art that's, it's got some story about it. It's got meaning. It either tells a story about, how we grow up, how we mature as adults, how we see the world around us, what's wrong with the world around us. It doesn't have to be extremely, specific about it. but it does in some ways comment on that, depending, and it's different for everybody, you know. Everyone obviously has their own interpretation about, you know, what they see in a piece, and so I like to leave that open. I don't like to be too specific. I like to have the viewer be able to, you know, put their own interpretation on it. Obviously, I do have my own meanings to some of my pieces, and so at times I do share that, but I do like to leave it vague enough so that if you guys, you know, if you relate to a piece in your own way, you can still decide what that means for you. So yeah. And I always love when people come to me and say, you know, this piece is really, you know, I guess I feel like I really related to this piece because it reminds me of, you know, this memory in my childhood or something. I love hearing stories like that. But yeah. Pengu Pie, Akira Blossom, what is it that you like about pop surrealism? I barely know what it is, but curious to know more. Yeah, what is it that you like about it? What is your favorite thing about the pop surrealist style? So how come your parents got you into that? That's quite interesting. Sounds like you have really cool parents then. Akira Blossom, Pengu Pie. I love that pop surrealism often tells a story without actually being too specific about the story, so the viewer can have their own interpretation to some extent. It also often reminds me of children's book illustration, just more mature, and I love that. Honestly, I think your description of it just there totally summarized everything that I love about it. I think that is one great explanation. You know, and again, that you know, what you just brought up as well about it sort of being reminiscent of children's book illustrations, but on a more mature level. And I think that's another thing. You know, it can appeal to kids, you know, because they see it for the characters and what they are. But you know, adults can read into it a little bit more and enjoy it, you know, for that extra layer of complexity and, you know, that sort of that hidden meaning. And I think that's the really, really special thing about pop surrealism is, you know, whenever you see artwork like that, you're always seeking out that extra layer of, you know, what did they intend with this? What does it mean? You know, what's the hidden concept behind this? And not only, you know, what the artist intended, but what you see in it for yourself, because, you know, it's not necessarily always explained. So yeah, that's definitely a really good point. That's a great thing about that art style. I think it's before I made pop surrealist artwork, I was just feeling, I guess, really lost. I still had, you know, I was still making art, but a lot of it was mostly pretty pictures, and eventually I started realizing I like to create things with meaning. And then I discovered the whole world of that, you know, more conceptual artwork as well, and I realized, yeah, that's, you know, this is what I like making. It's exactly what I do, and I understood where I fell into the, you know, the picture, I guess. So that was pretty awesome. Pengu pie, yeah, that's a pretty good explanation. I love that side of art, expressing hidden meanings in a kind of snapshot of an alternate reality. Yeah, exactly, definitely. Akira Blossom, my father actually really got into art during a France trip like 8 years ago when we went to an art gallery, and somehow we ended up befriending an artist who participates in a yearly exhibition in Hamburg. And I think that's how my parents, especially my father, started getting into art, and especially pop surrealism. That sounds awesome. What better place to get into art than the art center itself, right? France is all about that. So whereabouts are you from? Pretty lucky to have a trip to France. Pengu pie, that's really cool. I don't think I would have been much exposed to art if it weren't for Neka, haha. Well, you do have a very sophisticated taste in music, so... But yeah, that's true. You don't really seek out art on your own. So that's probably true. I'm happy to educate you. So I saw in one of Jake's posts recently, so I'm talking about Jake Parker, and how he said, a really easy tip to have your art look realistic, very quickly, is to make sure you do shadows and make sure you do them right. Because that helps you ground your character, and that is so true. Without shadows, you're very much getting lost. Your character is just floating on the page. If that's what you're going for, well, I guess that works. But in a lot of cases, it isn't. So there's that. Akira Blossom. I'm from Germany, so France isn't really that far away. That's awesome. I have a couple of gaming friends from Germany. That sounds awesome. Do you have a lot of good art galleries in your country? Like ones you go to visit very often? Because I know you guys in Europe do have some. I'm just not sure where exactly. I sometimes wish I was over there and I could go and visit all of those pop surrealist art galleries over there. Pengu pie, Nekaki, yeah, exactly. I guess I would still have enjoyed album art in music a lot. True. And I think that would have exposed you a little bit more to, to the art world in a sense, but yeah, you're definitely right. You may not have, had such wide appreciation for it, I guess. I'm just giving her some lace frills on the bottom of her skirt over here. Though I don't think I want to make it that long. I think I want to take her skirt up a notch so you can see her legs a little bit more. Whether it goes that high, I'm not sure. I think that's a tad too high because I wanted it to look like a nightgown and still have that, that sort of feel about it. There we go. So, if you had to name one of your favorite ever pop surrealist artists, Akira Blossom, or everybody else who's watching, who would that be? I know I can definitely name a few of mine, but I'd like to see what you guys come up with before I do. Favorite pop surrealist artists? Name some. Who do you like the work of? I think I know whose name's gonna pop up at least once. Bengu, you are welcome to join in as well. I'm sure you have a wide array of knowledge to share with us on this topic of your limited art experience. Akira Blossom, oof, that's hard. Well, you can name a couple. I won't be that you know, crushing and force you to pick just one, because I know that is, you know, they all have something different and special that they're all good at. I know that I like them all for different reasons, so it's totally okay if you want to name more than one. But name a few of your favorites. Penguin Pie. I mean, other than my famous stick figure drawings, your art comes... Aww. Your art comes pretty close. That's adorable. Thank you so much, Penguin. I do think you're a tad biased though. But thank you. Seems like I've given you guys a lot of food for thought. Akira Blossom. I think Mark Ryden and Marion Peck were one of the first artists I got introduced to. Those were definitely the names I was expecting. I'm actually quite surprised she named Marion Peck. I didn't know she was as widely known. I know that, you know, personally she's a big icon now, but I wasn't sure for how long she had been, you know, quite big. But yeah, their work is amazing. They're actually married, I'm pretty sure, which is awesome. They get to make artwork together all day, and really great artwork. And I sort of imagine them both being in the studio together as husband and wife and going, oh honey, could you just finish off this section for me? And, you know, sort of, because their work's very, very similar. In a lot of ways, which is kind of cool. But yeah, they're definitely amazing. Some others that I'm a huge fan of is definitely one really good one is the work by Thomas Ascott. If you look at his work, so I'll try and find his website quickly and put some of his links in there. because he's definitely one of my favorite ever pop surrealist artists. I love his work. I also love hang on. I love the work by Mab Graves as well. So if you go and check out, she's the one hosting the Drawlloween challenge at the moment. So huge thanks to her for doing that every year. Yeah, she is a huge inspiration, a really amazing artist as well, and also does work in the pop surrealist realm. There's another artist, I always forget their name, but they're really, really awesome. I love their stuff as well. They do stunning, basically like drawing ghosts, painting ghosts and other sort of like eccentric things in a very old-fashioned style, which is really cool. And I love how they render their paintings. But yeah, unfortunately I can't remember their name at the moment, which is a bit terrible of me. We're slowly getting there. Not long till she's got some more detail, and then I can start with this background, because I have to do a lagoon in the background. So yeah, still ways to go. So I think I need to add some nightgown stripes to her pajamas over here. I think that'll be a nice textured effect as well. We'll see how I go. Kind of I like how the lines in her dress is sort of playing on the symmetry of the legs of her plush toy, which is really nice. Any way you can sort of add symmetry in a drawing or painting or any piece of art really always adds just that little bit of extra interest, sort of like eye candy in a way, I guess. And I was like finding ways to do that. I always love adding, whenever I do dresses, it's real hard for me when I don't add a lot of folds in them. You know, the more smooth they are, the harder they seem to, you know, be to draw. So for me, I always find them a lot easier when I'm, you know, doing, I guess, non-ironed clothes. Seems to go a lot better. Yeah, I'm definitely not too upset with where she's looking to go. So I'll show you guys what her face is looking at. So she's pretty freaked out at the moment. But she's got him to keep her safe, so she'll get there. So I'm just working on her feet there at the moment. We've been going for a good long while. I didn't expect this one to take so long. Looks really good, thank you. Thank you. Penguin Pie, that Batsquatch looks cute. Aw, thank you. I'm glad you think that. By the way, Pengu, since you are a bit of a Twitch noob at the moment, I will just inform you that there's this little square button right next to the chat. And if you click on that, it's only clickable every now and again. If you click on that, you can sort of redeem points. But you have to click on that every now and again. So you may not be able to find it. I'll show you in real life at some point. Should be easy to find, but knowing you, you're a little bit, you know, a bit of an old man. So I know you have great difficulty with these technological things at times. Penguin Pie, lol, shut up. I'm sorry, I shall definitely refrain from discussing your age. I always, one of my favourite parts is when I get to spend time adding all the little details to the face. I feel like that's my favourite part of a character, particularly the eyes. And it's also, you know, particularly in pop surrealist art, not all of it, but a lot of it has a lot of emphasis on the eyes. Possibly because it's sort of resembling that, you know, children's book style of characters, which sort of caricatures the cuter elements of art. So there's that. That's a possibility. I'm just trying to make her look super freaked out, because she's definitely quite concerned after all those campfire tales that she's listened to. They've had her real worried. So yeah. Gotta give her a bit of a lash upgrade. Give her some lashes to play with. I recently saw somebody posting something about the real use of fake eyelashes, and it was about taking fake eyelashes and putting it on a parrot to make it look all punk, and I thought that was just hilarious. It looked so good, it was so realistic. Should have shared that on my Instagram account as well, but I didn't. Too much good stuff to share at times. Too little time. And I've been sharing a whole lot of art posts lately as well, so hopefully her eye is getting a little bit more lively. I'm going to add some extra shading to that so it becomes a tiny bit more 3D. Let me just lift that up. Want to have that highlight pop out as much as possible, which is why I'm doing this. So, Akira Blossom, the eyes look so good. Oh, thank you. I really love doing really freaked out, freaked out eyes. So, yeah. I'm planning to paint and possibly do a full oil painting of my Alice in Wonderland piece that I did for Drawlloween. So I'm going to have her falling into a cave. I'm really, really excited to get started on that one. But yeah, that's gonna wait till I finish up Drawlloween. And I've got, I'll show you guys, I've got this painting that I need to finish up. So she's not quite done yet. I'm still about to finish her up. So I need to do that. That's my goal for the rest of the year. I've got another painting that I'll show you. It's just over here. So this is one of my other paintings. I haven't posted this one yet, so you get to see a bit of a sneak peek on her. But yeah, so she is, she's one of my smaller projects. You can see how big she is. And I want to finish her up. I probably won't have time to finish her for Drawlloween, just because I want to really perfect her to the best of my ability, and I don't want to rush that, you know. But yeah, she's one of my other projects that I need to finish for this year, because I set myself this goal that I really, really need to finish 2 oil paintings this year at minimum, along with all my other projects. So yeah, I've got my work cut out for me the next month or so, but it'll be super exciting because I need to start. A bunch of you guys have asked me when prints are going to be available. So I need to start colouring these Drawlloween sketches of mine before I can put prints up, which is going to be a ton of work, but we'll get there. So as I've mentioned before, a lot of that will be probably available around December, I think, and probably by January we'll see most of them done. But yeah, I definitely won't have time before then. So yeah, it's gonna be, I'll post it as I go. So if you follow me on Instagram, you'll be able to see where things are at and what I get up to. I think a lot of us artists are going to be quite relieved when Drawlloween is over, because it's a very, very busy time of the month for us. A lot of us join in on this drawing challenge, and keeps us all extremely busy, and it's very taxing to have to come up with a different concept every day and do a fully executed drawing. You know, particularly because a lot of us like to, you know, push them, not just have them be normal drawings, but sort of, you know, be something special. And so we like to push ourselves, and that makes things quite tricky. We only have so much time in one day. Yeah, I've really liked to be able to chat and share that with you guys on stream as well. Akira Blossom, I have to go now. I hope I'll be able to join the next live stream though. That's okay. Thank you for popping by. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and thank you for yeah, talking about pop surrealist art with us and everything, and sharing a little bit about yeah, your family's inspirations. Hope to see you again soon. Just giving her that sort of baggy eye look, you know, so you can really tell she hasn't gotten a whole lot of sleep last night, or this night, that she's trying to get through. So, yeah. Trying to just highlight these protruding sections of her eyes so you can really see it popping out. If I bring it up close, you'll see what I'm doing. It's a little bit hard when it's that far away, but yeah, they're really starting to pop out exactly how I want them to, so I'm real happy with that. I always try to remind myself when I'm doing a drawing to start drawing on that side of the paper, so that I don't smudge it with my hand, but I seem to have this habit of starting from this way and going to that direction, and I never learn, which is a bit unfortunate, but luckily I've not done too much harm to my drawings. She's really reminding me of some character in an animated series, and I can't, for some reason I can't remember which one. But yeah, just something about her face is really, really familiar. Should know since she's my own drawing, but I don't. I've really been trying to, particularly this Drawlloween, to try and work on just different kinds of face shapes, different kinds of expressions as well, to try and have my characters looking just a little bit different. and so that you can read them a little bit better, wonder what they're thinking and feeling, and give them a little bit more personality. So I've tried to make sure that most of my characters either have a really good story, this Drawlloween, strong narrative, or try to make sure that when I'm doing them, just that, I guess I give them that personality, that bit of expressiveness as well. So I hope that's comes through. I hope that shows. So now her face is definitely becoming a little bit more 3D. I'm really happy to see that. Totally loving her bedhead look. I think I've got quite a habit of giving fringes to my characters. Probably because as a kid I remember always having a fringe, and so I think it just makes them, for me, a little more adorable. Like, obviously that I do have heaps of characters that also don't have a fringe, but just like the way that it allows me to play with the quirky hair. I guess kids often have quite messy fringes, and so I get to, really explore that, and that's what I love about doing a fringe, I suppose, on my characters. And I guess that also goes back to the fact of, do artists draw characters that look like them? And I suppose a lot of that is more about we do tend to draw characters that we relate to. And so that's something that we experienced as a kid, or, see as an integral part of, a figure, then I suppose it does happen that way. Yeah. At least with her hair, I don't have to worry too much about which direction it's going, because, she's just woken up. It can go in any direction it pleases at this point. I wonder what is the character I've drawn so far with the wackiest hair. I'm not sure what that would be. I'd have to have a look at that after I hop off on my Instagram page and scroll through them and have a look. Because I know I've done a couple that had really wacky hair. But yeah, which one would be the one that has the wackiest hair? That would be a contest and a half. Not sure. When I was doing my Samara piece for Drawlloween the other day, I was playing the soundtrack from the movie late at night, and so I'm talking about Samara from The Ring, and I was playing it late at night on my own when no one was awake while drawing her, and after I stopped drawing her, I just realized how much it had creeped me out. I was so on edge after that. And so I realized, you know, you get really drawn into the creatures you're creating. You know, especially if you add that music to it as well. It really draws you in even more. Sometimes that's a bit too much. But yeah, her fringe is definitely coming along really well. I'm super happy with it. I'm just trying to add a little more variety to it so you don't, you know, don't just see these standard lines. I want it to look a little bit more interesting and unpredictable and yeah, just loose. Awesome. So I'll just add a little bit more to her cheek, make sure she's looking a tiny bit more three-dimensional on both sides. Whenever I add shading, I'm trying to not, you know, not do not do circles or anything, just sort of, you know, go in a motion that's going to create more organic lines as well. Because then that I find the blender shades that a little bit better. It's not as, you know, as strong. It just looks a tiny bit more realistic. Just what we want. Obviously, we're not going for full-on realism with her, but you know, we do want it to resemble what it is. I'm just going layer by layer, very gently, and trying to build that up. Sometimes when you're blending and you're covering, you know, you're sort of making those lines less clean. It can feel like you're going backwards, but you have to go backwards at times to move forwards because, you know, adding that extra layer of contrast really helps the piece pop out more. And, you know, you can always go back and fill in those lines and make them cleaner again. No harm done. I'm definitely enjoying how furry he's looking at the moment. It's totally what I was going for when I started him. Need all the fur that's possible on him. Want him to look like a little chubby ball of fluff. As much as I can. Just trying to add those loose little strands of fur over his buttoned eyes as well. There we go. So now I'm pretty concerned, but I need to start the background as well. So that's a bit daunting because, yeah, it could either make or break this piece, but I need to fit a lagoon in here, and I really like the campfire concept, so I'm gonna give it my best shot, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it comes out. First I gotta just shade her dress a tiny bit more. Don't want those lines to be too strong. There we go. I'm just pushing out some of the little edges of her, I guess her toy, and trying to really play on that, you know, where he starts and where she ends, so that it's quite clear. So he's obviously also quite dark, so it's now quite tricky to make him stand out on the bottom here, because I don't have a lot of contrast to play with, you know, to make him stand out against her, because they're both very similar in tone down here. But yeah, I'll give it my best shot. Try to make them pop out. I think it's definitely helping to differentiate some of his front paws, that's for sure. And I'm super happy to see that. Yeah, definitely preferring this shading method over the one that I did just before this. It's definitely looking a little more realistic, not as predictable. So I'm definitely digging that. Love all the little folds in her skirt now. I always seem to go for that whenever I end up doing something. I try to go for something else and then I just resort back to the thing I like, so maybe that's a reason why. I always like adding so many folds in my my clothes. Who knows? We're so close to done. I just need to do this background. If it's out of the way, it's we'll be out of the woods, and then she'll be done. So I need to figure out what to do with that. It's definitely going to be a challenge because I don't want it to interfere too much with the drawing in the front. I just want it to give that little bit of a narrative to my illustrations. So I'm just going to pull up a couple of images of lagoons and see what they look like. I'm trying to go for a more a swampy look at the moment. So just trying to get that lagoon in the background a little more realistic. That's what the goal is. So I'm really just playing with the edges, just going with what feels right at the moment. Don't really have any good reference to work off of because I'm not even really sure what I want to do with it. So there's that. And I needed to fit this composition, so needs to sort of just work for me. Can't really find a pic that just fits in here, so I'm just going with what feels right. There we go. So if you can see there, I've just started her lagoon in the background. I'm just gonna have a couple of trees and everything. But for now, we're just working on the water. So I just want to do one thing at a time. I always enjoy doing large bodies of water. I worked on this one drawing of mine a while back with a mouse, and I loved. So it was a pirate mouse riding a skull, and it was his boat. And I really loved just being able to play around with the reflections on the water. It was super awesome. So obviously for this one, I don't have anything on the water to really play with any reflections, but I can still, can still manipulate it like I want to. Just trying to find a couple of references that I can sort of, just have a look at what they look like, to familiarize myself with that. I'll start in her tent, so we can see what's going on. Sort of place her in her little setting. She's set up camp here. She's got her little tent. Her friends are still all asleep. She can't seem to sleep at all because the campfire stories have kept her awake, so she's gone walkabout with her little friend over here, and she's hoping, because he's a Batsquatch and he's supposedly super powerful, that he'll keep her safe. So let's hope for her sake there's no bears or anything out there, because the monsters she's thinking there are definitely aren't true. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of firewood on here. Add some firewood bricks as well. So I made that little campfire. It's now gone to cinders. They're all nice and comfy in bed, but she can't seem to sleep. So just add some little grasses there. I really need to get a proper reference here for a pond or a riverbed or something. Maybe a riverbed would be a better ref to work off of. We'll see. I think that's looking a tiny bit better. Not too much of a large image to work with though, so I'll just keep looking. Obviously this is actually a lagoon and not a river, but I'm just doing what I can to sort of make things make sense. So it's real hard because mine is obviously at night, so it's a bit different from the references that I can get on here. guess the main thing is, you know, just getting that lighting to work the way that I want it to, so. Just blending that into the scene around it as well, so that it's sort of like, you know, it's sinking into it. It's not just starting super abruptly, giving it some more reeds and everything, sort of help add that effect that it's, you know, it's a riverbed, well a lagoon, so, you know. Edelman, what a nice drawing. Welcome back, thank you. And thanks Mocap. I'm glad you guys like where it's at the moment. I'm getting quite tired because it's getting late, and yeah, this one, I really just want to wrap this one up before I finish, because I need to do another one tomorrow, and I'd like to be able to wrap this one up completely, you know. Start afresh tomorrow if I can. So we'll see. If I can do my best and pull it off, then I'll be done. But yeah. So she's just had her, if you guys haven't heard the story behind her, the 2 prompts that I have to do is Batsquatch and Lagoon. And so she has gone on to a campfire with her friends, and they're all told spooky, scary campfire tales. And so she's not able to sleep anymore because of that. So she's now going out with her little Batsquatch plushie and hoping he will save her from all the monsters she's hearing out there. So yeah. I always like adding a bit of narrative to my illustrations, so I had to come up with something for this one as well. Yeah, I'm super excited to see the final prompt. So the final prompt, I'm pretty sure for Drawlloween, is Reaper, and so that's definitely one of my favorites. I'm so excited to get to draw the Reaper. I've done a painting of the Reaper, so I can bring it up and show you guys here. This is my painting of the Reaper, Pumpkin Reaper, and just a freaky girl who's hanging out with her freaky friends. So it's not finished yet. It's my whale painting that I've just started, but yeah, it's got a lot of progress to go. I won't finish it for Drawlloween, but yeah, during this, after Drawlloween, I'll probably have some time to work on that, and yeah, that'll be exciting. But yeah, I'm gonna have to draw an actual Reaper as well, so got to figure out what I'm gonna do for that. I'm sort of thinking of something going along the lines of making him, you know, a sort of sweet Reaper, like you know, Reaper having a tea party with someone, and you know, he's forced them into having a tea party with them or something. So that would be a cool idea. I would love that. Still got to get to it, so yeah. You gotta start adding these trees in the back as well. I love pine trees. They're my favorite kinds of trees. I also just love their shape. You know, they're super fun to draw, super simple. Yeah, just like, and they always have this sort of eeriness about them as well, which is pretty cool. I love that. We right beside my studio, I actually have a huge pine tree, and yeah, I always love taking pictures of it. I guess some of you have noticed on my Instagram account. It's yeah, it's just gorgeous. I actually went outside today just to take a picture of all the plants that are flowering in our garden at the moment. It looks so beautiful. It's like a literal representation of the Garden of Eden. It's just gorgeous. And so I had to take a lot of pictures to capture that. So, but yeah. I think our pine tree is coming along very well. So I've got to do a couple more to give it just that little bit more perspective. So I want you to be able to truly see that, you know, this is a forest and where she's gone camping. I always find, you know, wrapping up my drawings to be one of the most relaxing times. I think it's when I tend to unwind more near the end of the drawing. I suppose I do get a little bit quieter then as well, but yeah, it's super peaceful, and it just feels like you're really getting drawn into that scene, able to really, you know, tell what the characters are thinking and feeling, and you just get lost. And yeah, I love that when you're no longer thinking about how to do it, but it's just drawing you in. I love that. I'm really wondering, I noticed that a lot of artists sort of hold off on sharing their work until October. And then they have this huge creative spurt, and then you also, again, don't see much work from them again till the next year. Like obviously more or less, not entirely that much. It's not like they, you know, totally ghost us, but it does tend to happen to some extent. You know, obviously everybody takes a bit of a break over Christmas as well. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see what people come up with next year. I'm super keen to see all that. Feels like this year has truly flown by so fast, but then again, I guess that's what you feel every year. You know, the time just sort of flies. It always feels that way. Just adding as many little pine trees in the back as I can, because I love pine trees. So I'll just pull it up so you guys can have a look. There's her little campfire and her little pine trees. So yeah, got a little bit to go with adding some more detail, and then I'll be completely done with her. Then I have to do tomorrow. The prompt for tomorrow is haunted, and I've decided to draw Wednesday Addams and The Thing. So if you've watched the movie, you'd know what The Thing is. If not, feel free to Google. It's a really cool pet. It's really helpful as well. But yeah, so I'm super keen to draw them, obviously. Can't wait. And I thought that's quite fitting for Drawlloween as well. You know, I've never done a rendition of Wednesday Addams before, so I felt like, you know, I definitely need to give her some justice. I've been super worried about drawing Alice in Wonderland, and I was really happy with my latest Alice in Wonderland piece. So I think I've mustered up enough confidence, you know, to give her a go. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how she turns out in the end. I am you too. Looks like I am too late. How are you? Oh, that's all right. I'm really good, and thanks again for your help. It really helped. Those settings you suggested I change really helped. You know, to be able to follow along with people who are now following me on stream. So that was a huge improvement. Really appreciate your help there. I'm doing really good. I am super tired at the moment. Not sure if you guys can tell, but yeah, it's getting pretty late, and yeah, I'm keen to wrap this drawing up as well. So she's almost done. She's yeah, just there we go. She's got her little campfire going there. So she's listened to a few too many creepy, scary campfire stories, and yeah, now she's yeah, got her little Batsquatch plushie, and she's getting him to keep her safe from all the monsters she's hearing. So yeah, it's I had to find an innovative way, let's just say, to combine a creature that I wouldn't really normally draw into my own art style, and so I decided to make him a plush character, which is a little bit different, I guess, from what everyone else is going to be doing, but I needed that to make me want to draw a Batsquatch, so yeah. I've just got a couple of details to go in the background. So I haven't started this side just yet. I'm just sort of fleshing out this side first before I move on to the other side. So how has your day been? I am you too. I am you too. It's fine, thank you. That's awesome. Glad to hear that. Hope it hasn't been too busy. That's for sure. I'm looking forward to watching some movies this weekend, if I can. So apparently I've been told that I need to watch Nightmare Before Christmas, which I haven't seen yet, oddly enough. I have a bit of prejudice, I suppose, against 3D animated characters. I'm much more of a 2D animated character fan, I suppose, and so it's just not been on my list, but I'm really keen to see the story and just know what it's all about. Apparently they're classics, so I've been told I really, really need to watch those, so I'll have to give them a shot, I guess. And yeah, so I'm going to be watching those, and yeah, then I'll be looking at the Corpse Bride as well. So that one's also on my list. Need to check that one out as well. I almost forgot what I wanted to do on this side for a second there. I think I've definitely added more trees than I had in my initial sketch. I didn't have as many pine trees in the background, but I'm happy that I've added those in as well. I think it did need a couple of more to go. I'm just adding some bushes. Not sure how I feel about those just yet, but we'll see. We'll see how they turn out. Just gonna have a look at what I want those bushes to look like. I guess I should just Google some references if I can actually spell it. That would be helpful. So yeah, just pull that one up. That is looking exactly how I want this to look, so. This music is so relaxing, it's actually putting me to sleep a little bit, which is not too great if I'm trying to stay focused, but I think it's getting a little bit past my bedtime. So if you guys have some suggestions of other art streamers that we can raid after I'm done, I would love to hear some suggestions. You know, I do need to go and raid somebody when we finish up. So yeah, if you have an art stream of your own, do let me know. I am only going to be hosting raiding other artists, obviously, because we're, you know, a predominantly art community, so it makes more sense to, you know, share our viewership with people that have common interests. So if you know other artists that you feel are really good, yeah, please share, and we can go and raid them once I finish. If not, I'll just have a look at which ones I follow, and I'll go raid someone that I like. It's up to you. Adding a little bit more of the background details to this side of the lagoon. You know, we need to know what's going on here. Just gonna add a couple more reeds on this side to define where this bank of it starts. So, no, we can see the side of the lagoon starting. Really enjoyed creating this drawing tonight with you guys. So we're almost there, almost ready to wrap her up, so I'm real happy to see that. Because I'm definitely looking forward to a nice, good long sleep after this. It's definitely quite late. So I'll be happy once I get to wrap her up. So I've posted last night's drawing on Instagram a little bit earlier, which is it was my little winged and puppet prompt, and so yeah, I'll be posting this one tomorrow. We're nearing the end of the Drawlloween process, guys. We're almost there. Getting close. Keep encouraging, you know, my little art community on Instagram as well to just keep going. We're so close. We're so near the end now. It's just the last push. Just gonna add a few grasses in the background to sort of point out where, you know, she's in this forest setting, and she's gone walkabout after her little nightmare, and she's trying to check out where those strange noises are coming from. Let's hope for her sake she doesn't run into a bear or, you know, a wolf or some kind of other wild animal, so let's just hope she stays safe. I'm just trying to use the direction of, you know, the lines sort of move like that. But yeah, trying to show where it's all coming from. Point, you know, even more to her side of the drawing, so the attention, I want all the attention to be on her, which hopefully it is. Just gonna add a couple of pebbles and you know, some rocks and things in the background here to add some more variety. I used to really hate working on backgrounds at some point, and it's become more of a, I guess, a passion project now. I particularly, of late, enjoyed working on all the different textures in the well that I did in my drawing of Samara from The Ring. So if you go on my Instagram account, you can see the well that I'm talking about. But yeah, that one was real fun to work on, that's for sure. So yeah, I really enjoyed that process, and been getting a newfound love for doing, you know, backgrounds and things like that. So yeah, it's good. Sometimes going out of your comfort zone gives you new things to enjoy, which is awesome. Sometimes it's a bit of a pain when you don't know what you're doing, which is the case for me at first with backgrounds. I really struggle with them, and I still have so much I need to learn, but it's gotten to a point now where I can at least enjoy the process, so that's a good thing. You know, it's once you start being able to enjoy something, you're more likely to keep trying it and more likely to get better at it. So yeah, just little by little I'm building up this background of hers to, you know, have some more details, have some more variety. So yeah, if you guys have those art suggestions of Twitch streamers that stream creative art, please feel free to mention somebody we can raid once I'm done, because I'm almost about to wrap it up. So I'd love to be able to go and raid somebody, you know, who streams artwork as well. That would be great, and then we can, you know, head over to their channel, give them some extra love and support. You know, ask them out about their work and how their day's been going. Yeah, I'm definitely excited to be able to get to share her with everybody on Instagram tomorrow. There we go. I think I'm pretty much happy with where this background is at. I did not expect it to turn out this way because I'm extremely tired and yeah, not quite, I guess, in the zone anymore, so it is definitely getting a little bit tricky to stay focused at this point. But I'm really just trying to push to get her done, you know, because I wanted to start my next drawing tomorrow, and I don't want to have this one, yeah, still in the way. But yeah, will definitely be great. So I'll show you guys up close what she's looking like. So that's her little campfire that she's got at the moment, and then that's her little feet. So if you move all the way up, you can see her little Batsquatch plushie, and she's holding him to scare away all the monsters. So hopefully for her that works out. But yeah, I think we've pretty much wrapped it up. So thank you very much to everybody who's joined me on my stream today. I really appreciate all the support as always. You know, you guys keep me company and yeah, push me forward. You know, really encouraging to have you guys enjoy art with me. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm going to quickly hop on my Twitch account and have a look at who we can go and raid. So if you guys just stick around while I have a quick look, that would be great. Then we can find someone who does really creative work. So I just quickly hop on and have a look at who is making some cool artwork. It would be awesome. So quickly have a look, and there's this a really friendly artist I follow called Brittany's Art Vibes. So I think we will go ahead and give her a bit of a follow. So yeah, if you guys could stick around and just hop on through to her channel as well, and give her some love and support, and yeah, just say hi and chat about her art as well, that would be great. But yeah, thank you guys so much for taking the time of your day to come and say hello and just chat with me about artwork. Let us all go raid Brittany's Art Vibes now and say hi, and I hope you all have a nice rest of your day. Thank you very much.